Hi guys, Random here, back with a bit more World of Warships. Something a little bit different today. Yes, I know I'm a day late. Got a member of the family who's not very well, they're in hospital, so the day I would normally record on, we were at the hospital visiting them. You know, much as I love you all, family first and all that. Whilst I have been in between recording sessions, I got a comment on a video. This is one of my tutorial videos I put up in 2015. September this one, so kind of this time of year, couple of years ago, and they were relatively popular. I mean, considering the size of my channel. Some of them with well over 1,000 views. I think one of them got over 3,000. So, yeah, there you go. Look, 3.3k. So, that's lovely. Every now and again, I get a comment on an old video. And got this chap here, Felipe Augusto. Sorry if I butchered your name, but I'm pretty sure Felipe is right. And he asked a couple of questions here. If we have a look at this one, he was asking about upgrading the starter ships, and I kind of explained that really your starter ships are just that, a couple of games and you'll be through into tier 3 and 4, and it won't take you very long to get up to tier 5. Personally, I'll only upgrade tier 5 and up, okay? Which leads to a second question here. He speaks about Pirate Caribbean Hunt or Pirate Plague of the Dead. Not entirely sure what those games are. I'm going to look into them, but I'm going to guess they're piratey from the name. He speaks about his type of gameplay, and then he asks a question here about modules. So this is quite a difficult one, okay, because you don't actually mention what your style of gameplay is. Now mine, I love destroyers, so I like capping stuff, I like being sneaky and torpedoing people, but I play battleships, I play cruisers, I play all of them, but if I had to pick one out of the classes, it would probably be destroyer as my favourite. So I'm guessing yours probably isn't destroyer. So okay, right, XP points. Now capping gets you lots of XP points. It really does get you a lot. If you can cap 2 or 3 flags in a game, then you're going to walk out with a hefty bunch. Especially if you're on your daily double, or times 1.5 or whatever it happens to be. Being more proactive than passive would suit progression quicker. Again, it depends on what it is you're taking out. If it's a destroyer, then if you're going for caps, if you're going for torpedoes, if you're spotting the enemy, that will get you XP. You don't want to get too close. You don't want to get spotted if you can help it, because you will get sunk pretty quick. If you're in a cruiser, you don't want to be too aggressive, especially early game, because you will get deleted. Cruisers generally don't have a huge amount of armour. As you get tier 8, tier 9, tier 10, they're much better armoured, and you can bounce stuff, but generally up until tier 6, they're not really that heavily armoured. So I wouldn't be too YOLO in a cruiser. Battleships, right, now then. Battleships with the big guns that everybody likes, getting the citadels and getting those massive damage scores. Yes, you do get some XP for that. And if you get a good damage done game, then you will get a good amount of XP. You shouldn't be looking at cap in a battleship, because really they're a bit slow. Your destroyers should be ahead of you, doing that for you. But don't sit at the back. It's the worst thing you can do in a battleship. Your team will suffer for it. So What would I suggest? Well, as I say, destroyers, go cap, go spot the enemy. Cruisers, back up the battleships. People will always shoot at a battleship. Okay, they're big, they're slow moving, they're pretty easy targets. However, they're pretty well armoured and they're built to tank damage. So if you're next to a battleship, people will more likely shoot at the battleship than they will the cruiser. Okay, they're a bigger XP pinata. If you can back up your battleship, whether that be with, obviously firing at whatever's firing at you, maybe you've got torpedoes that you can ping away at the enemy. Maybe you've got, I don't know, radar or hydrophonic or something that you can help your battleship with. Your battleship will last a lot longer. You will get XP because you will be getting essentially shots at a target which isn't firing back, and you will be able to protect your battleship should a destroyer suddenly ping up. Okay, so that is what I would recommend for getting XP. Obviously it takes some practice. Overextending is something I do, and I've been playing this game since closed beta, so don't expect yourself to be brilliant straight away. Then he asks a question about a tier 5 ship. Its cost to buy, premium and non, and associated costs for making them fully upgraded. And just as an end here, am I an end gamer, beg your pardon, or am I affiliated to the game in any way? No, I'm not affiliated whatsoever. Everything I've got I have either worked for or bought from the premium shop. So, yep, that's all my own hard work or money. Wargaming don't give me anything. They don't send me anything. I had a message or two on the forums from Wargaming staff in the past, but nothing that would constitute being associated with the game. So tier 5, okay. It's going to be a little bit difficult to do because I don't think I've got any tier 5 ships left to unlock. So let's have a quick look here. Okay, right, well, just as a kind of guideline, I've got these unlocked. Now, a tier 5 Congo, which is the Japanese battleship, is 1,780,000 credits. I know it says 1,600 and 2,000 there, but we've got the discount because we're in the clans. So yeah, it's the crossed out number underneath we need to look at. It's 17,800,000. Okay, so 1.8 million, call it. The destroyer, 1,720,000. So yes, battleships are a little bit dearer, but you're looking around that 1.7, 1.8 mark for your tier 5 boats. It's kind of where they are, really. If we have a look at the premium shop, if we go to ships here and we'll go to tier 5, see what we get. Okay, tier 5 really again depends on what you're looking at. Cruisers, £11 or whatever that works out to in your particular currency. Battleships are normally a bit more expensive, and that one there is £17.49. So it gives you an idea. I wouldn't recommend buying a premium too early in the game. What I would recommend is finding the video, which I'll link in this description, clicking on my referral link. I don't think I actually get anything for this anymore because I think enough people have done it now, but it will give you a tier 2 Diana, which I think is, yep, it will give you one of those, and I believe you get the Texas. I think tier 5 USA premium, I believe it's the Texas you get. It might be something else, but I'm working from memory here. The video I'll link will explain all that anyway. Okay, right. let's go find a tier 5 boat, and we'll look at some numbers and see what kind of cash we're looking at here. So we're looking at all the tier 5s I've got here. We've got the Emile Bertin. Do I have any other modules on this? No, I don't. Okay. So, your first slot, if you like, is 125,000 credits. You can choose main armament modification, auxiliary armament modification. Basically, they make either your main guns or your secondaries and anti-air a little bit more resilient to fire, or magazine modification, which will lessen the chance of you going kabloom. In the second slot, these are 500,000. There is a change coming. Okay, there is a change coming where the first and second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth slots, etc., the prices are going to go up exponentially. So it'll be 125, 250, 500, 1 million, 2 million, and then I think it's 3 million at the end. So yeah, that changes due in the next patch, I believe. So yeah, take this with a pinch of salt if you're watching it a little bit after it's come out. Secondary battery here, 500,000. You know, your second slot here is basically 500,000, and then your third slot is 250. I think they're swapping the slots around to make this 125, 250, 500, so on, so on. So you're looking here at 750,000 credits if you fully upgrade it. Then of course you've got your XP required to unlock these. Have I got one? I don't think I've got one that I haven't unlocked. No, not even an aircraft carrier, because yeah, I've been playing this game a while, so asking at tier 5 is a little bit difficult for me to show you, but the wiki will have all the various unlocks. I mean, here you go, tier 5 emerald. So 6,800, 4,000, 4,700. So I don't know, what's that? 10,000. Call it just 15,500, isn't it? XP that you would need to unlock all the upgrades, and then obviously you work on the XP for the Leander at tier 6. So that's just an example of what kind of XP you're looking at. So I do hope that helps. As for premiums, right, now then, you can put in your, 125, 500s and 250s there. So same cost to do the module upgrades. So you can do that on premiums. I do it on the ones that I like. So if I get a premium that I'm really quite fond of, so the Texas, for example, here it is, and it's Lone Star camo, which is just screams freedom. Yep, and the freedom dispensers on the top there. Yeah, so here I put the auxiliary armament upgrade on it, AA mod 2 and damage con mod 1. The reason I've chosen the auxiliary armament and AA is because the AA score on this boat is phenomenal for a tier 5 ship. So any tier 4, tier 5, even tier 6 aircraft carriers come near you, you start picking planes out the sky. So why not do that a little bit faster and at a better range? So yeah, look at the strength of the ship. Maybe have a little search on YouTube, find a video or two that give you a bit of direction on how to maybe set the ship up and what bits are the best bits to upgrade. Ammunition and consumables you can buy with credits, so they're not really a big thing. If you go to exterior, if you do the missions and bits and pieces that are in the game, you'll start collecting flags at a reasonable rate. You might not want to use them every time you play a match, but if you've got them and you want to use them, then why not? The special flags down here are again awarded from missions generally, or in special containers, I mean, it's been that long since I've got a container. You might get the what do they call it, the rare containers, and they'll sometimes have those flags in. So yeah, it's worth just plodding along, checking your events and challenges just up here, which you unlock as you play through the game. And you'll see here combat missions eventually when they load in. Hit enemy ships 10 times with torpedoes, and that will win you stage 1 10 Juliet Whiskey Una Omni flags. Yep, I'm not even going to try and say that. The second one will get you 10 Sierra Mikes, then 10 Juliet Charlie, 10 November Foxtrot. Then you'll get 10 Type 5 camouflages, and if you complete all of those, you get 5 more camouflages, which are the rest of the fire ones. It's pretty simple, you know, just have a look, do what the mission's asking you to do. Sometimes it will be in a tier 4 and above boat, which if you are just starting the game, I don't think you can unlock the missions anyway, until you get up a little bit in your profile. Is it around here? Yeah, 12. So once you get to level 12 in your service record, apart from the fact it's going to give you 2 million credits, which is lovely, it will unlock the combat missions and challenges, so you'll be able to get to them. It won't take you that long to get there. By the time you've got to a tier 4, tier 5 boat, you should have unlocked that. So it's naturally progressive in the game. So yeah, it's not expensive to run a premium ship. It isn't expensive to run a tech tree ship. You just need to play a few more games if you actually want to buy the modules and things to get the credits. But, you know, make sure you do your daily doubles, and that will quite quickly build up. So, Felipe, I'm hoping that was some use to you. Anybody else has got any questions, please, if you come across a video and you think, oh, what's all this about, I'll ask him. Please feel free to do so. I will respond if I can at the time. If not, it might be a little bit afterwards, but I will still respond. And if it's something like Felipe has asked about, you know, there's sort of 2 or 3 questions there which I think might be of use to newer players, then yeah, maybe you'll get a shout out in a video. Who knows? Haha. So anyway, I think that's quite enough from me for now. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Thanks for the question, Felipe. But for now, this is Captain Random signing off. Take care, and I'll see you again in the next one.